Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Seth Kanadu's book, In a Large House. And really, it all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful metaphor. It's a whole new way of looking at the world and, more importantly, your unique place in it. The book promises it can help you unlock what you're truly capable of. So, the inspiration for the book comes from this ancient passage. It talks about a great big house, right? And inside, it's not just filled with fancy gold and silver cups. No, it's also got regular, everyday vessels made of wood and earth. Each one has its own purpose. Now, the book's big idea is to say, hey, don't just read that literally. Think of it as a metaphor for our lives. It's really asking you a question. What kind of vessel are you? Okay, so what does that even mean, living in a large house? If the whole world is this house, and we're all just vessels inside it, what does that mean for you and me on a Monday morning? Well, according to the book, figuring this out is the key to understanding your purpose. So let's break down the main ideas and see how you can start to answer that question for yourself. First up, we've got to get our heads around this core idea, being a vessel in the house. You know, the large house is the world, plain and simple. And every single one of us, we're a vessel inside it. Each of us is designed differently for a totally unique purpose. It's a simple idea, but man, it's a powerful way to rethink where we fit into the whole picture. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical thing to think about. The book is really set up like a practical journey. It's basically inviting you to do some self-discovery, to figure out what you're made of, you know? What's your shape? What's your function? The whole point is to go from being just some random vessel to knowing exactly which one you are meant to be. So where does this journey even begin? Well, it all starts with the foundation. The book is really clear on this. Before you can figure out your function, what you're supposed to do, you absolutely have to discover your core purpose first. Everything, and I mean everything, gets built right on top of that. And purpose isn't some, vague, floaty concept in this book. It's actually defined in a really concrete way with two parts. First, it's the fundamental reason you exist. And second, it's that inner drive you have to make a real, meaningful impact. It's your why and your what for, all rolled into one. And that's exactly why finding your purpose is just non-negotiable. Seriously. Trying to build a happy, successful life without knowing your purpose, it's like trying to build a house on sand with no blueprints. It's just not going to work. The book makes the case that your purpose is that solid ground, that foundation that makes real success and deep fulfillment even possible. All right, next up, preparing for your function. So let's imagine you've done the work, you've figured out your purpose, you know you're a vessel of gold. Great. So, you're done, right? Ha, not even close. The book says the next critical step is all about preparing for your function. Because discovering it is one thing, but actually being ready for it, that's a whole other ballgame. Now, the book breaks this preparation phase into two key steps. Step one is kind of what you'd expect. Set a roadmap. Make some clear goals and objectives so you stay focused on what really matters. But step two, this one's a little surprising. It's stay where you're planted. The idea here is powerful. It's not about waiting around for the perfect situation to fall into your lap. No, it's about using where you are right now, your current job, your challenges, even the stuff you don't like, as your personal training ground. That's where you build the skills you're going to need later. Okay, let's move on. You've got your purpose, you've got a plan to prepare, but where should you put your energy to get the biggest bang for your buck? This is where the books suggest a major strategic shift, one that might feel a little backwards at first, and that is focus on your strengths. Think about it. Most of us, our natural instinct is to fall right into what the book calls the common trap. We obsess over our weaknesses, right? We think, if I can just fix this flaw, if I can just get better at that thing I'm bad at. But the book says that's a trap. There's a much more powerful path, and that is to pour your time and energy into what you're already good at. It's not about fixing your flaws. It's about taking your natural gifts and turning them into legit, world-class strengths. And there's a really smart reason for this. It's not about pretending your weaknesses don't exist. It's about using your strengths as a tool, like a lever, to make your weaknesses irrelevant. For example, let's say you are an amazing communicator, but you're terrible at organizing details. Instead of spending years trying to become a mediocre organizer, you use your communication superpower to build a team that handles the details for you. It's just a smarter, more empowering, and way more effective way to get things done. This all leads us to the final piece of the puzzle, the culmination of this whole journey. You found your purpose, you're preparing yourself, you're focusing on your strengths. The last step is about the ongoing commitment. It's about actually living it, day in and day out, to become what that original passage called a vessel of honor. And listen, becoming a vessel of honor isn't something that just happens to you. It's not a finish line you cross. It's an active, everyday process. It takes perseverance, determination, and just plain hard work. You have to stay focused and be ready to push through whatever obstacles get in your way. Really, it boils down to two things: pure grit to keep going when it's tough, and laser focus to not get sidetracked. And that brings us right back to where we started, to the second part of that scripture. Because if a person goes through this whole process, the result is that they become that vessel of honor. They're set apart, they're perfectly suited for what they're meant to do, and here's the key phrase: they are prepared unto every good work. That's the ultimate payoff for this entire journey. You're not just ready for one thing, you're ready for anything good. So here we are at the end, right back at the beginning, but hopefully with a totally new way of looking at it. See, the ideas in this book aren't just nice thoughts to make you feel good. They're a call to action. It's challenging you to see yourself as a vessel full of incredible potential. So the final question isn't for the book to answer, it's for you. You're a vessel in this large house. So what good work are you being prepared for?